Jaden, Layla, and Naraya, I love you so much, and the goal is to try to make me seem crazy, like a crazy mom. But if you're old enough to know, you know that you're probably sitting there like the rest of these kids in the world can see their little, what's it called? Their little experiment to see if they can force somebody somebody with sheep mentality to do their bidding, to basically prophesy how things are going to happen and force somebody into that situation. Like, for instance, if they call me a prostitute, then they ensure that my job goes bad, that any relationship that I'm in thinks badly of me, even though things aren't true. They do this by giving false information, and it's the naive people that I choose not to be with and be around, because it's never going to stop. It's never going to end. People are naive and they're going to believe what they want, even if it's true or not. But I want you to know the ultimate goal here is to force me into being a prostitute so that I have nothing left, so that's my legacy, that's my life, so that you grow up thinking badly of your mother. And it's never going to happen. I'd rather die. I'm just letting you know that I love all three of you very much. And this has been 10 years now of this. I have fought like hell to be anything but what your father has called me. I've went to school for years. I have been stressed out, pulling my hair out, trying to make something of myself just so he could whisper lies to the government system, my neighbors, so that somehow, some way, they hate me so much that they take my career, my chances of being anything but a prostitute or somebody who scrubs toilets for the rest of her life. And he did that. Your father did that. He did it with technology. And it's so easy for people to whisper lies into people's ears and for people to act on those things because they know no different. They know nothing different about me because I'm quiet, because I keep to myself, because I don't involve myself in other people's business unless it has to do with me. And it's so easy for them to believe those things and act on it, like slamming me into walls, like screaming at me from across the yard and calling me all sorts of names for months on end and scratching my car and making it hell for me to be your mother. That's what your dad did to me. And I don't ever, if anything ever happens to me, I don't want you to believe his lies. He continuously whispers in people's ears, tells them lies, says that I'm high, says that I'm doing that. He never wanted me to be a nurse. He never wanted me to amount to anything, because do you know what that meant? That meant that people would look at my life and think highly of me. He didn't want that. You know why? Because he wanted to steal you from day one. And it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with revenge. He put on his Facebook, imagine a good mother, a mother that isn't a bad mother, but imagine her life being ruined and turned upside down, and her having to basically go through all these things that I'm going through right now and missing you and loving you just for payback and revenge. But yet this isn't the same thing. Because while I was protecting you and myself from when he choked me and when he battered me time and time again, when he purposely cheated on me and ran back over and over and over and over and told everybody lies, ruining my reputation, and all I wanted was out. I was protecting you. trying to build a good life for all of us. And somehow, some way, he got our entire family on his side because you know what? Mommy doesn't reach out to people. I have a hard time communicating with other people because of all the abuse that I have been through. And it's not because of other people, it's because Mommy stays to herself. I'm not the cake baker. I'm not the party planner. I'm not the best friend that's going to text you every 10 seconds. But that doesn't mean that I don't care. That means I am an extreme introvert. Because I've had to be that way. After all the abuse, that's what I became. And so, because Demetrius is the opposite, he got everybody on his side, and he took you from me. And he continuously ruins my reputation day in and day out to ensure that I can never bring you home. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. None of it is real, and everything he says is a lie.